welcome back to game number 2 of tonight's Riot Duo Scrims on a Thursday. I am Abs, and as always, I am joined by the lovely Jamie.
Hello again.
And Jamie, flat path.
So we spoke in the last match about it being a fairly central flight path. Well, here we have a very eastern flight path going from north to south. So near Campo Militar down to past Los Leones. Quite a few early jumpers, but it's cutting out a lot of the western side of the map.
So do you think that maybe we could see some people going towards El Pozo if they grab a car?
Definitely. If you see some of the early jumpers, so we've got two from the north. We've got Team 27 DH, we've got Team 35 Lionhearts, both heading roughly towards Oasis. Now they're either going to head there or they're going to try and grab a vehicle and head further west. We've got at least 3 duos heading to Campo Militar.
I'm going to go straight up to Campo Militar to begin with. We've got Pen Team of Team 49. We have got Salty Snakes, Team 41, and we have Jen of Team 14. Now, fun fact, Jen Fitzy is known for going to Campo Militar. And when he gets a kill, he is known for dancing on the crate.
Okay.
So I will be watching out for that again.
Excellent. Everyone jumped away from the flight path. So most people heading west, some heading east over to... no, actually, I'm just looking to see if are they going as far as the islands? No, just heading to Impala by the looks of it. Los Leones, there's a few people.
So any minute we will see the next zone, and I'm thinking... I think it might be a centre.
I think southwest.
Oh, you crafty git. Fair dues.
So we've got the Prison Island half in play in the southern area of the map, down mainly in the south, but also southwest. I was just about right that time. It's now become a thing. So we got our first knock with Crate Snatcher knocking Pendevious.
So that is a Crate Snatcher getting the finish. There we go. Okay, so we have Team 30 and they are based just in Picado. They have got Team 16 alongside as well as Team 20 Pen Cons. So with zero tolerance. Oh, they've just taken out of action one of the vending machines.
Half. It also covers footsteps, which can be useful.
Does it?
It does.
Oh, I didn't know that.
If you do that, because when that first came out, people thought it was a glitch. And I saw someone actually do it in one of the scrims that we sometimes play in. And people accuse other people of using game glitches to their advantage, but actually it's just a feature. If you shoot it, the alarm goes off. And it can cover your footsteps, or the sound of your footsteps.
Interesting. But now we've got Gen Temp and Damo inside the apartments over at 345 North. So by having that height, they have got that advantage upon Crate Snatcher of Team 30 and Mr. Apps. But I believe I'm about to be correct here because it looks as though they're actually inside the arena.
Campo Militar still, and all three, even though we've got 3 duos, we've got Salty Steaks, we've got Pen, and we've got Jen, they're quite spread out at the moment. Now, I'm assuming they know they're there, they would have seen each other parachute in, so maybe they're just making sure they loot first before they start getting into some action.
Ooh. And shots are now ringing out, fighting going on between Team 16 Jen and Team 30 Zero Tolerance. Crate Snatch is just preparing that grenade, and if it goes in, that'll be a brilliant shot, and it just rebounds off that wall.
So we've got a red zone in near the centre of the map, near Team 30 and Team 20, just west of Los Leones.
Gen Temp's just been taken down by Mr. Apps of Zero Tolerance. And we've now got Damo on the upper floors, now going up against both Crate Snatcher and Mr. Apps.
teams that dropped out in the north, not many of them have started making their rotation yet. I know we've got like minute 40 there, but it is a large area.
And I think what we've just captured there is the great example of why pushing together matters. Crate Snatcher ran up, got knocked by Damo. Damo was gonna thirst, but luckily Apps just came up behind him and took down Damo there and has got the revive too. So Team 30 now have 3 kills.
Yeah, so we've got Team down in Impala, we've got Team 9 on 2 team kills. Vape Denny there, I think, with the crossbow by the looks of it. Interesting choice. Can be a great weapon, but there are many other weapons that are a bit better in a scrim, I'd say. So, we've got our flare crate with an AWM and a Groza dropping in just west of Los Leones. Team 39 and 29, so I'm not sure which one fired the flare. The crate's sitting there, we've got 2 duos overlooking it at the moment.
Now, I'm watching Team 37 Rendezvous, and Warner is moving, but Red Zone isn't. I'm not sure if that's me glitching or not. But what Red Zone looks like, do you know when you get a little puppy and you hold him over a bath and his little legs start going? That is exactly what Red Zone looks like right now.
Yeah, so Red Zone currently isn't moving according to this.
It's like he's pedaling a non-existent bike.
On my view, Red Zone is actually just standing still, looks like it might be AFK. Not entirely sure, just standing there on the hill. Like you say, whereas teammate, going around looting. So I think Red Zone might have gone AFK.
Well, that's that mystery resolved. And now the blue zone is going to start coming in, so that will then push our teams from Campo Militar down south towards the zone. So that may mean that in a moment we'll see Penn and Jen go up against one another. Looks as though Salty Snakes of Team 41 have moved away and are now going towards Cruz de Val. We also have 28 level 1 moving down towards El Azahar, possibly coming into contact with the Fusion Elite of Team 21.
So I'm just looking at this flare crate here. No one's picked it up yet. We've got 2 duos, 39 watching over it from a building, and 29 are behind them. They know that the crate's there, but they haven't gone. Here we go. So DSC John, they were the winning duo from the first match, actually gone out now to get the crate weapons.
So with those crate weapons to hand, we may see them winning game 2 as well.
Yeah, so DSC John's taken the Groza, but has left the AWM. Now the AWM on a map like Miramar, where distance accounts for quite a lot, the AWM can be a fantastic weapon. Not quite sure why he'd leave that there. Even if he doesn't want it, that's left it for someone else to pick up.
And unfortunately, we have just lost Redders and Siren, been taken down again by Riot Zen. But then on the other side, we are seeing DH Revolt get a knock on the Fusion Elite team. But Jamie, for a bit of fun, who do you think's going to win game 2?
Wow.
I bet you a pizza.
Because you might end up having to buy 2 pizzas.
Oh, don't. Oh, imagine that if Jen £1 Fish won as well and you guessed him.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, actually, £1 Fish and Tequila, they're on the very southern island for Los Higgs. So they're not doing too bad at the moment. They'll be getting plenty of loot. It's too early to call. We need to get nearer to the late zones, I would say. Talking of zones, I mean, you've still got Team 49, Tabernac and D's Nuts up at Campo Militar still. They haven't started making their rotation through the blue zone yet, whereas Gen Fitzy, Team 14, they have. So everyone's currently in the safe area apart from Team 49.
Now, Penn Tabernac is actually on foot and has 3,320 metres to go. So we could be looking for a vehicle. If they don't find one...
Just found a vehicle.
Oh, okay.
Currently driving back towards Tabernac now. drop, M249, to Gillisu, just north of Los Leones, and there's no one there at the moment to pick it up. It's just sitting there all on its own. No one around it.
Imagine that though, if you booked an Uber and a camper van turned up. You wouldn't know whether you're coming or going camping, by the sounds of it.
Just looking at Team 3, Riot Ghost currently shooting his teammate Mystic with an Uzi.
Oh, lovely.
Mystic has a Groza. They've just taken there was a crate drop there, which they've emptied the weapons from. So I don't know whether Ghost wanted the crate weapons and was making sure Mystic knew about it. But they're both in the same camper van now, so they're all happy. So everyone seems to be a little bit spread out at the moment. We've got a few teams close, sort of south of Los Leones. Most people now have made their way into zone. Pentabernac and Diesnut still making their long way into the next zone.
And Rendezvous 1 has had to separate from Red Zone due to Red Zone being AFK. So she or he, I do apologise, will now be playing the game on their own. We then have Crazy coming in from the northwestern side, just going through the crater fields now, with Salty Snakes coming in from water treatment. And as Jamie mentioned, we have the Pen team coming down from Torre Ahumada, trying to get into the northern side. So they may come into contact with Lionheart's Alpha or the level 1 team. So they're in a great spot for some gatekeeping. And Jamie, look at that zone.
So, as we said, who's going to win it depends on the next zone, I said. And look at that, it's the southwest of the southwest. So we've still got Prison Island in the very southwest. Chimacera's still in play. The very western edge of Los Leones. So there aren't many teams that are actually in zone at the moment. One Pound Fish and Gentaquila still there on that southern island.
Tell them to move.
Gatekeeping over at Valdemar. And you've got to feel for Pen, Tabernac and Diesnuts. I mean, they've just added on a huge amount to their journey. And to be honest, I hope they've got some fuel.
Oh, bless them.
They're running out of meds as well. They've still got a fair distance to go to get into the safe zone. And I mean, Tabernac, for example, losing health down to about 20% health. Has only got 2 bandages left.
And Tabernac's driving.
And is driving. Diesnuts only has first aid kits left, which of course you can't use while you're driving. So what they're better off doing is letting Diesnuts heal up, drive, so Tabernac can then heal up with the bandages. But they're both in a bit of a sticky situation here.
Now, Diesnuts has just dropped a first aid kit for Tabernac. Tabernac's just... No. Has he? Yep, Diesnuts has just picked up.
Got between them. They've got 1:51, so they can get into the next zone. It's not too far away now. I think they'll make it quite easy to the safe area now.
Mhm.
But it's then on. If they don't get a move on, they're going to struggle to get into the next zone. Especially if they come across anyone.
Of course.
Got a couple of duos. They've got a fairly open space in front of them. Although there is someone over at La Bandita who are Team 38.
And Team 38 are without a clan at the moment, so we'll just be referring to them as BSO and Red. But for now, I'm going to join the teams who are really grouped together down by Chumacera. And I'm going to focus on Team 31 later, who is there with the Zero Tolerance Queen.
Yeah, so I'm spectating Team 44, just getting some meds in. They've got 3 kills between them, Elusive, Manraj and Mama, is that, I think?
Mama, yeah.
Yeah. So a couple of kills, so they're just medding up and doing a bit of reaching now.
Ooh.
They can hear shots coming down between 31 and 14 by the sounds of it.
And team number 4, Riot, are now getting involved, almost getting a knock on later there.
So Chumacera, which is can be quite a hot drop anyway, is now north of centre zone, but it's probably the biggest town that's still in zone. Now I can hear someone with a Mark 14. I'm guessing that might be Riot up on top of the hill. They did have some great weapons.
That is Riot Zen with the Mark 14 and the M249. Now, the right team of Team 4 are spoilt for choice. They have Team 3 Riot over at 345. They have Team 44 to their right-hand side around 80 east. And they have Team 32 just on top of the mountain behind them.
Yeah, I'm just spectating Mama at the moment from Elusive, just taking down one of Team, I think, 31. Although taking a load of shots, and teammate Manraj then takes down the other player from Team 31. But there are shots flying all around the place at the moment. A lot of them coming from the Riot team on top of the hill. And Tabernacle and Deesnuts are starting to rotate in again, and once again they're in the blue zone. Now that is an interesting. If you look where the red zone is, it's in the north of the next zone, and we've probably got about 7 different duos who are currently in the red zone, and most of them aren't in cover.
Oh, good God! Who do you think is going to get picked off first by the red zone?
Well, I'm spectating Team 27, which is crazy and revolt at the moment because they're wide open.
Oh, bless
They've got
them.
no cover at all. And knowing my luck, when I spectate my clan mates, it might well be them. So
let's watch them.
I'm switching to Team 50, which is Elusive Singh and ANZ. ANZ, I believe, not currently in the clan, but has been accepted into the clan, which is why they've been allowed to play. So I did notice that in the chat earlier.
Here we go. Red zone's coming down. I'm now watching Crazy and Revolt.
Tell you a little comment about the red zone. I reckon this season, maybe last season as well, they've increased the damage of the red zone. I've noticed you can get hit just by being near a door or a window, whereas that didn't previously happen.
I think in one match I got knocked by the red zone 3 times.
I was in a match on Livic when we got knocked. I was in the doorway of a warehouse. Unfortunately, we were close enough that the red zone got us both.
I remember that. I thought, I remember on my first match of Livic, literally the first time since I updated, stood in the doorway and got blown up by the red zone.
Oh, another brutal zone shift.
Cool.
Even £1 fish and tequila are going to have to move for this one.
Here we go.
So we've got the far west of the southwest. So Team 15, Jen Raven team, they've been in Valdemar the whole time. And that's the main town in zone.
This is an evil zone, this match.
It is. I mean, Penn Tabernacle and Deesnuts, I dread to think how many miles they've put on their vehicle.
Oh, if only you could do clan missions in Scrims.
I hope he's not going to try and sell that car.
How many miles? Not many.
He's going to have to try and reverse it.
I'll just do what Matilda's dad did. Drill it. Put it on backwards. Happy days.
See, that's where our references differ with our age. I was thinking Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
What did he do?
Put Price's Ferrari up on blocks and put it in reverse. Unfortunately, it got knocked off the blocks and went through a window.
Oh, God.
No, it saddens me that you don't know that.
Sorry. Look, I'm not old. That's the issue.
Right, so to anyone who's watching this, if you know what Ferris Bueller's Day Off is and that reference, it means you're old.
Correct.
It might be true, but it's still brutal.
Okay, and now we've got all our teams grouping together from the eastern side, now starting to make their way in. And Elusive Manraj gets the knock on level 1 bunny and gets the kill. And we have Crazy firing towards Team 50, but they just managed to get away inside the vehicle. So they will need to start making their way in. They have 450 metres to go.
Yeah, it's a Team 37. Now the last in the blue and just out now, so everyone's now rotating. You see there's a mass charge into the zone from the eastern and the northeastern side.
Oh, and we have Elusive going up against Elusive. And that's now Mirage being heavily damaged, but now using a full medkit to get 100% of health back. And Singh and Ands are moving in, rotating around the right-hand side.
I also note that there's a crate drop coming down centre zone, just east of Valdemar, And we've got Salty Snakes Team 41 and Rendezvous Team 25 are the closest. But also we've got DSE John, the winners from the last match, Team 39 are heading towards it as well. And in fact, I think there's a second one. In fact, yeah, it looks like Team 41, Salty Snakes, have shot at the flare. So we've got a standard crate and a flare drop within very close proximity. So that's going to attract a lot of action as it's centre zone as well.
And I think in just a moment when it lands, we'll know if it was worth it. But here we go. So we are now 20 minutes in to game number 2. We are well over halfway. And what we'll do is have a quick recap. So we've got 19 teams remaining, 35 players. And I am watching Elusive Team 44, who have 7 kills so far. Jamie, who are you with?
I'm currently watching Fuji, who they got the great weapons from the flare. It was definitely worth it. He's got an AUG and an AWM. But it looks like he's only got a red dot for the AWM. I think maybe his teammate Avery has just given him a scope, actually. Because he was trying to scope with a red dot on the AWM, which is a bit of a waste, but if you can see your opponent, it can still be deadly.
Oh, Manraj may have just had the luckiest day. He's just had 2 of his tyres popped, having to drive past teams 4, being chased by Team 49, but still manages to make it into zone.
So just watching Fuji and Avery, having got the crate weapons, it looks like they're driving down to head towards the next crate, and they've just rolled their 4x4. Sorry, Fuji. Avery's in a separate one, which is lucky for them, because Fuji's just rolled all the way down the hill and landed on the roof, but Avery has come along and just pushed it back onto its wheels.
Let's now have a quick look at the Riot team, where we see that Riot Mystic has just got a kill there, and they are going up against what appears to be
DSE.
DSE.
Yeah, I'm just making spectating Brandon.
Oh.
I was.
Oh, great shot from Mystic there, just having enough room to get that aim in, and has an AWM, so this is going to be a fun end to this game. We now have Team 27 Deathly Hallows coming in from the northern side. And
these nuts and Tabernac finally are one of the first teams into the next zone.
oh, congratulations.
On the northeastern side for them. So these nuts is actually in zone. Tabernac not quite, but these nuts is actually in zone at last.
They deserve a badge for that.
Yeah, and maybe a sit down.
Can't imagine that, like a swimming badge that they've travelled 10,000 miles. And the Riot team are now slap bang in the middle of the next zone, which has now moved to the eastern side. And we have some shooting going on between the Elusive teams. Appears as though Humna has just grenaded himself. I think we might need some grenade training.
So I'm watching from Deeznut's point of view and watching Team 38 and Team 44 fight each other through his scope. So it looks like Deeznuts and Tabernac, having finally got themselves into zone, are trying to get involved in a bit of third-party action.
And Humna was knocked there, but then Philippek jumps in and gets a kill on Tula too. And Philippek is now moving away inside the pickup. He is furthest outside of zone. So this may be the end for him, so I'll just follow him in. He's got 8 kills so far, which is not bad going at all.
And look at that tiny zone now. It's just shifted. And Gen Tequila and One Pound Fish are the only team apart from Riot, Ghost and Mystic that are in zone. So they've made that early rotation. Crazy and Team 27 come in from the northeast side into the new zone. And Philippek gets taken by the zone.
He just wasn't able to stop quick enough to get that first aid kit in. But let's go over to Risk Hady of Team 26.
We've got a lot of action here actually with Team 41, Team 4, Team 25 and Manraj Team 44. All roughly around the same compound, all out of zone as well. So we've got Salty Snakes, we've got Riot, Rendezvous and Elusive, all around the same compound here.
And Risk of Team 26 are now choosing to move away. Possibly going for this drop, which contains an AWM. Oh, Fuji's just been taken down by Goddess.
Yep. Avery takes down Zen in return. Goddess is rotating round. Everyone's low on health here.
And
but a bit of third party from Risk with the AWM takes down Avery. So that's those two gone. So Goddess didn't even have to finish up there.
but she's now being fired at by the Risk team. Jen Nick has now gone down too. We've got the Rendezvous team just moving in, Team 25 there. And Riot Zen is still knocked, but maybe safe behind that pickup, so Goddess may be able to get that revive.
Possibly, although Rendezvous FBI, yep, could see where Goddess was behind the car on the side of the building there and managed to get the finish. And has a vehicle as well to make the escape.
And it now looks as though Riot Mystic has spotted the Gen team of Team 15 moving down. Brilliant shot on Susan. Oh! Riot Mystic with the AWM. Brilliant shots on Susan Jacqueline and Jem Raven.
Now, I'm just here with Crazy and Revolt, just edge of zone on the northern edge, but they're in the BRDM. So they're driving around very slowly, but virtually bulletproof.
Oh my god.
So they're just approaching Team 17, which is Gen Tequila and Gen 1 Pound Fish, on the edge of the zone at the northern edge. So they've made it into zone. I don't know if they know the others are there. No, about to surprise them. And they get Crazy gets taken down and thirsted. Revolt coming in. Doing his best. Oh, and Revolt, unfortunately, there loses nearly all his health falling off the cliff there.
Oh wow, and gets finished by Gen 1 Pound Fish.
Yeah, gets enough bullets in and then can get the revive. Now, interesting zone here. Everyone is on the eastern side of the new zone, but the zone actually straddles the road. So it's going to be shots all across the hillside here.
And Penn Tabernac now trying to take down Riot Mystic. Gets the knock. And Risk Haiti.
Gets taken out with the AWM from Hedy.
Cool.
So all that driving and unfortunately didn't quite get it.
Good God.
Suddenly we're down to two teams. That happened very quickly. So we've
No.
got Pound Fish and Tequila.
No.
So I'm watching from Gen 1 Pound Fish's point of view.
Oh.
They're both at sort of opposite ends of the zone. But neither of them are actually in zone at the moment.
Risk, don't do this to me.
But I don't think they know where the other team are, by the looks of it.
Oh, good
So
God.
Gen 1 Pound Fish and Gen Tequila, not sure if they know. Oh, they are scoping in, so they know roughly what direction, but not exactly where. But they're going to have to make a move soon. And they have got some smokes, I believe.
And Rapid and Haley now moving up on the mountaintop to try and get that vantage point on the Gen team.
1 Pound Fish has seen them. Just biding his time, I think, just waiting for the right moment as they all try and get into zone because they don't want to get on that hillside. They want to try and stay on the top of the hill if possible. So a bit of snaking going on from 1 Pound Fish.
And Rapid is now running away from them. It looks as though they don't have a clue where Gen are. So they're just using this time.
The team has a firm idea. Gen Tequila's going to struggle here to get into the next zone.
Ooh, shots being fired. Tequila's down.
So Tequila's down, and 1 Pound Fish jumped down the side of the hill. So Tequila's been taken out now. So it's a 2-on-1. 1 Pound Fish has got the low ground. No one's in zone.
Oh.
And, well, I think that one was sponsored by Abs.
I'll send the money to them by post. And that is the end of game number 2. A brilliant finish there from the Risk team and Jen. He tried so hard, bless him. But in first place are Risk with 7 kills. In second is Jen with 2. In third is Riot with 6. In fourth is Penn with 1. In fifth is Deathly Hallows with 2. In sixth is Jiggle, is he Zen?
I don't know, actually. Bear with me. I don't think so, no. I'm going through the roster here, and because it's duos, it's a very long roster.
That's right, I'll edit it out.
Yeah. Oh, Jiggle is PTSD with Wallace.
Yep.
Team name is Wiggles.
Okay. In 6th place is Jiggle and PTSD with 6 kills. In 7th is Rendezvous with 4. In 8th is Jen with 2. In 9th is Jen with 1. In 10th is Riot with 3. And in 11th is Elusive with 9 kills. If you have enjoyed the stream, please follow the channel for more content. You have been watching the Riot Duo Scrims on Thursday. I am Abs and I've been joined by Jammy. And all that is left for us to say, as always, is please take care, stay safe, and we will see you the same time next week. Good night, guys, and thank you very much for watching.